Okay, so it looks like it slowed down. So it looks like we got good timing on the admitting. So Carolyn Owens, who is an awesome, awesome person just in general. We have known each other for several years, and she is just a dynamic personality. She has agreed so graciously to share some knowledge and information that she has learned from going through process and becoming certified. So we really appreciate her being here and sharing that with us and sharing some of her journey and her experiences. So Carolyn, we look forward to hearing all about what we're doing wrong and how to get right.
Right. So you want me to go ahead and start?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
All right. Well, hey, hi, hello again for those who I didn't speak to. Thank you all for being here today. I also would like to thank Tashawn and the Christian Singles Connect team for having me today. Going to share some great information with you, so please feel free to jot down some notes, make note of things that you want to ask questions about later. So a little bit about myself. Again, my name is Carolyn Owens. I am a certified health coach through the Dr. Sears Wellness Institute. I live in Atlanta, Georgia, by way of the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan, West Side. I am 4 months into my prime time age of 60, and I am embracing it well by living with nothing hurts and everything works. And you'll hear more about that particular statement later on in the presentation. Before we get started, I would like to share a little bit about my health journey and why I became a health coach. So my workout journey began about a year and a half ago at a local gym here in Atlanta. Developed a pretty consistent routine by going. Evenings worked best due to work schedules. And then COVID hit. And COVID, as you know, shut everything down, including gyms. And we were just like in a state of, Lord Jesus, what is happening? So when COVID hit, you know, I have, and I'm sure we all have, level of anxiety. I had not had that experience until COVID. And when COVID hit, I was not doing well. I was at home like everyone else. And, you know, I'm an introvert anyway, so thought that I would be okay. And I pretty much was, but what was a struggle for me was going out, and in particularly going to the grocery store. So I would have to either have music in my ears or have someone talk to me while I'm doing my grocery shopping, because I was kind of freaking out, you know, and I consider myself to be, I'm from Detroit, you know, I'm a pretty tough chick, but a sister was struggling, was really struggling. So, you know, I would say to people, you know, just shake it off. It's nothing, pray about it, you know, you'll get over it, but it's a real thing. And it was really an issue for me. So in encouraging myself, I said, okay, you got to do something. You got to do something about this. You know, what are you going to do? Shake it off. You can't go to the gym. So start working out at home. So I went on Amazon and I purchased an exercise rope, maybe about $14, $15. And I started jumping rope at home. And in the beginning, you know, able only to do 15 minutes, but gradually working myself up to 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 45 minutes. And began to develop a pretty consistent workout plan at home. So I said, okay, now that I'm back into exercising, able to release stress and release the anxiety that I was feeling through exercise, I said, okay, now I need to get on a pretty consistent health plan or eating plan on what and how I was eating. So I put myself in a caloric deficit, and the goal for me was to lose 30 pounds and to come off prescription medication. So with successfully meeting my goals and losing the weight and coming off the high blood pressure pills, I thought, well, shoot, not that this was easy, but because I was able to do it, I thought I would want to help others, and in particular, people in my community, to exercise, eat healthy, live a drug-free and healthy life. So I began to look into personal training because I thought that would be a great avenue for me. But as I said, I'm 60 years old, and that can be very strenuous on the body. And I didn't think I was up for that challenge. But in my search of personal training, I came across a certification for a health coach. And I thought, wow, what is this? And after further looking into it and understanding what a health coach actually does, I said, this is a perfect fit for me. This will allow me to not only educate myself on healthier eating, but again, also take it back to my community, to my family, and help others to change their life and become healthy overall. So during the COVID lockdown, I enrolled in class, got a certification as a health coach, and from there, Silver Fox Wellness was formed. So here I am today with a passion for healthy living and somewhat of an exercise junkie. Who would have thought that? And eating healthier at least 80% of the time. I am a foodie. I love food. Tashawn knows that. Anybody that knows me know I don't play about my food. But now I'm doing it in a more healthier manner and being aware of what I'm eating and how much of that food that I'm eating. So now I want to be able to talk to people about primetime health, which simply means living your adult and senior years as healthy and pain-free as possible. So with that, as Tashawn said, a quick few housekeeping notes. We are going to hold all the questions during the presentation until the end. So please feel free to put your questions in the chat group, and we'll get to those and answer as many of those as we can at the end of the presentation. You may want to take some notes. There'll be a quick review at the end. So if you want to participate in that, just jot down some notes that you find relevant throughout the presentation. So without further ado, let's move waste from your waist. Some quick learning tools. Here we go. This is me. Well, it's not letting me progress to the first screen. The next screen. Hang on, guys. I'm sorry. Technology. There we go. This is me. And my goal was just to be consistent in my exercising and my eating. And how it started, I was knocking on 200 pounds there. Now, for me to show this picture to the public and people I don't know speaks to how serious I am about my health. And it is it's very important to me. It is important to me to educate others. And so how it started there, as I said, I was knocking on 200 pounds. How it's going, I'm down to 180, 185 today. So still progressing, still trying to continue eating healthy, exercising on a consistent basis. So some key learning things that we'll look at today is how waist is an important indicator of overall health, the optimal waist size for both men and women, how abdominal fat can directly impact your health, the importance of exercise on disease prevention, and the 3 components of a primetime moving plan. So doctors always have thought that fat was fat, that there was no difference between cheek fat and belly fat. And when we would see a baby, we would want to pinch their cheeks, hug on them, snuggle up to them, those chunky cheeks, but not so much with belly fat. And as I said, doctors always thought that fat was fat, but clearly they were wrong. Waist size is a very strong indicator of our overall health. Waist size is also the most controllable risk factor of heart attacks, and controllable in ways of what we eat, diet, and exercising. And for the men that are here and men in your family, men with the 40+ waist circumference are 12 times more likely to develop diabetes. So if you have a loved one a male loved one in your family, this is not a healthy situation for men to have a 40+ waist circumference. And for women, for each 2-inch increase in our waist circumference, we are at a 13% increase in mortality. And that's frightening, and these numbers are frightening, but these are realities. And what's even more frightening is it's preventable. It does not have to be. So abdominal fat is a metabolically hyperactive fat, which means it releases health-harming chemicals into the bloodstream that cause premature aging and increase the risk of many health problems. Some of those health problems are what they call highs, and those highs are high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high blood sugar. Again, it contributes to diabetes, heart attack, and stroke, and some itis illnesses such as arthritis. We also know Alzheimer's is prevalent in unhealthy people, and especially in elderly people. It contributes to cancer, especially breast and colon, depression and mood swings or mood disorders. And let me just put a pin here with the depression and mood orders. We don't even think about food being unhealthy food being a contributor to our depression and or our mood our mood disorders. Mood swings up and down, depression, not really knowing why, unless there's a specific thing happening in your life, that's understandable. But what we consume and lack of exercise plays a role in depression and mood disorders. And of course, poor sexual performance. And all I'm gonna say here is, it's not always, honey, I have a headache, or honey, I don't feel like it. It could be your diet and lack of exercise as well. So on this screen, I want you to take a screenshot of this screen if you can, just to say measurements for both men and women. And women with measurements, your waist should be less than your hips, and your waist should be less than 35 inches. For men, a healthy waist is less than your hips, and your waist should be 40 inches less, or 40 inches or less. The proper way for measurement is 1 inch above the belly button and 7 inches below the waist. So here are our different body types, and I'm sure we all can pick one of these fruits or vegetables and select our body type. And I'm gonna call myself that potato there. I think that's a sweet potato, which I love and which are good for you. So, but as we age, genetic influences on our metabolism, they wane. Some interesting facts here is a slight increase in body fat as we age is normal. And if you're in your aging process in natural life, you have noticed that you have put on some extra pounds and not necessarily done anything drastically changing in your eating habit, but it's a normal thing to put on a few extra pounds as we age. And when describing conditions like overweight or obese, doctors may use the term pre-diabetic. And I personally, during a doctor's visit, had this very thing happen to me. And what they wanted to do, of course, was to put me on medication to help me lose the weight. I wasn't necessarily diagnosed as a diabetic, but I was on my way because of being overweight. And they wanted to put me on the medication. They put me on the medication, and after taking it for quite a while, I realized this is not working. I'm not losing weight. I took myself off, got serious about my weight, lost the weight on my own, and no longer was in a pre-diabetic category. So reducing waist size reduces illness. It's just plain and simple. If you reduce your waist size by 20%, you reduce your risk of illness by 20%. I'm sorry. Tools for healthy aging is to reduce your weight and to move more. We are our own personal gym. We have control over what we do, how we move on our own. So our body is open 24/7 if we allow it to be, meaning that we can move, exercise anytime we want to. All medicines, our bodies have all the medicines we need at the right time that we need it, in the right dose. It's custom made and it's free. And all I'm saying here is we have control, we have total control over the movement of what we do, how we do it, how often we do it. We already have it within us. We just have to exercise that movement to allow our bodies to do what it is naturally made to do. So in this picture here, you see a young man, fairly young, sitting on a sofa or in a chair and just lounging with the remote, consuming fast foods, fried foods, sugary snacks. At the bottom of the presentation, these are pill bottles, which are closed and are layered with a layer of fat. And they're closed because there's no exercise happening. There's no healthy eating being consumed to allow what's already in us, our natural pharmacy, our nitric oxide to flow, to free up our blood to keep our blood from clotting and to flow freely. That's not happening for this young man here because there's no movement and no consumption of healthy foods. Here you have a senior gentleman who's clearly running here in this picture. His pharmacy bottle is open. His natural pharmacy is flowing freely. There's no clumping or slowing of blood flow. He's consuming fresh fruits and vegetables and fish and moving freely. Nitric oxide is a molecule that is naturally produced by our body. It's already in us. We just have to exercise to get it moving. It's a natural vasodilator. It lowers our blood pressure, it increases blood flow, and it is released when we exercise. So we already have, again, our natural pharmacy within us. I love this next statement or this next quote, and I say it often. The best exercise is the one you will do. So whatever that is, I'm not per se a runner, but if you are a runner and you know you will run before you get on a treadmill, then run. If you are a jogger or a tennis player and you know you will do that before you, I don't know, walk on the belt line or whatever, then do that. Do whatever. Do the exercise that you know you will do. It's not a thought process or a frustrating situation because you enjoy doing it. If you are new at it, start low and go slow. Keep it safe and make it fun. Some of the things that happens to movers versus sitters, and some of these things are actually new to me and learning about exercising, is you are much less risk of getting Alzheimer's if you are a mover. You have improved vision and eye health, improved gum health, which was something I did not know, but it actually makes sense because you have blood flow in your gums. It's a nitric oxide natural molecule that's within your blood. Healthy gums, healthy teeth. You have healthier skin. I think this is a given. If you're healthy on the inside, it's going to show on the outside through your skin, through your hair. A stronger and healthier heart, good gut health, and good joint health. There's nothing like having joints that are achy and preventing you from moving freely like you wish to. In my introduction, I said nothing hurts and everything works. I mean that at my age, I am pretty mobile with no pain, doing all that I want to do pain-free. So I encourage you to develop a primetime health moving plan, something that you enjoy, create a home gym like I did, or join a local gym. If you're ready to be out in the public and comfortable doing that, join a local gym. If not, get you a rope. If you're not, if you can't afford dumbbells or hand weights, get you some canned goods and get it going. It is possible. Design a schedule and a routine that's good for you. I am not a morning person. Well, I'm a quiet morning person. I'm not the person to get up and hit a boot camp at 5 o'clock in the morning. That's not gonna happen. I get up, I make a cup of tea, I walk around the house, do some meditation, peek out the window, something like that. Quiet is my morning start. So, but in the evenings after work, I'm energized, I'm up. When I walk in the house from work, I immediately change my clothes into my workout clothes, if that's a workout day for me. So make time to each day to move at least 20 minutes per day, 20 minutes per day, 6 days a week. Keep it interesting and with variety. Incorporate these 3 components into your routine daily. Strength training, which is weightlifting. And ladies, don't shy away from the weights. If you're not competing as the next Miss Bodybuilder, don't shy away from the weights. Weights are very good. Weightlifting will benefit you in your prime time years. Endurance or cardio exercises, flexibility exercises such as stretching and yoga. At least 3 times a day. Enjoy anytime, anywhere exercises. I love these because you can do them anywhere. If you don't have a band or who's walking around with a stretch band in their purse or pocket, but you can still do some stretching exercise. We can all do that now while sitting here. Simply lift your hands above your head, one hand over the other hand, and just pull and stretch. And you'll feel the stretch from your hands down to your shoulders. That's just you're stretching. Chest compression together and press. You should feel this in your chest area and your shoulder area. And calf raises, of course, you can do anywhere while you're standing in the line at the grocery store, waiting to pick up your kid from school, whatever. You can do that standing outside next to the car. These are anytime, anywhere exercises. Simple, not a big to do about anything. Make it fun, make more fun ways to move, take up a new sport. I hear golf is a great sport, actually considering it. I don't know for sure, but try something new. If you get bored with doing what you're currently doing, if you're tired of running, if you're tired of the treadmill, try another exercise, learn something new. It actually helps your brain to learn something new. So don't shy away from that. Put on a pedometer or a fitness tracker and just move more. Keep it moving. Here are some other exercises to incorporate. Again, we mentioned the calf raises and the weights. There's an exercise ball there and stretch bands. Also, the new trend now are steppers. There are so many new exercises out now with step classes. Some are free, some are a small fee. There's one that I like that's a $10 a month fee. I think it's a month. I may be wrong about that. I think it is a month. for a step class. It's great cardio. It's absolutely wonderful cardio. So consider doing that. So as we begin to wind down, we're going to do a quick check of understanding. So if you know the answer, feel free to say it, raise your hand, or we'll just say it together. So what we learned today is waist size is a very strong indicator of our overall health. We learned that belly fat prevents your body's internal pharmacy from dispensing the right medicines. Health harming chemicals from belly fat raises the highs and increase the risk of disease. Dr. Sia says that for optimal health, a man's waist should be less than what? 40 inches?
40 inches.
40,
Yep. And a woman's waist should be less than what?
Or hip
35.
raises size.
Awesome, awesome. If I reduce my waist size by 10%, my chances of having a heart attack goes down by what?
10%.
10%. If I reduce my waist size by 50%, my chances of having a heart attack goes down by
50%.
50%.
Awesome, absolutely. What tools did you learn during this session? We learned that reduce your waist,
Get moving.
move more. Yes, ma'am, move more. Exercise is the best way to keep your internal pharmacy open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Exercising releases nitric oxide, which lowers blood pressure.
Increases
and-
blood flow.
And yes, ma'am, come with it, and increases blood flow. What 3 components should your primetime health moving plan contain?
Strength training.
Strength training,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. And
20 minutes a day at least.
Cardio.
Movement.
Stretching.
yep. And lastly, flexibility, which is yoga or stretching. Awesome. So on your own, I encourage you to take your waist measurements, which you know how to do. 1 inch above your belly button and 7 inches below your waist. Take a photo, as I did, of your beginning process. Develop your own primetime moving plan. I also encourage you to journal your progress. It keeps you accountable and it shows you your improvement. So take the time to do that. And if you're interested in other primetime health sessions, there are a few more of Make Your Own Medicine, Make Health Your Hobby. We reviewed Move Waste from Your Waist and Live Without Pain and Inflammation. And if you send me an email today that you're interested in my next Silver Fox Wellness session,
Okay,
you will
Silver
receive
Fox.
you will receive a free 15-minute health consultation. So please email your contact information to silverfoxwellness60. Do that while we're on the call, and I will offer you a free 15-minute consultation and schedule you for our next wellness session. I believe now we're going to go to any questions that you may have, and Tashawn will go to the chat room and read questions, and I'm happy to answer. I hope this was very informational for you. I hope that you decide to move waste from your waist and live your best adult and senior life. Thank you again for having me. Blessings to you and blessings to you guys on your Beltline session today. So thanks again. I wish you peace and health. Tashawn.
Thank you, Carolyn. So you showed us your before. Can I show your after, or do you have an after you want to show? Or not an after, but a current. How about that?
You have a current?
I got your social.
Yeah, you can show a current. I don't have one handy, but yeah, sure. Yikes.
So this is Carolyn When did you take this one, Carolyn? You remember?
Oh, that was over, I think summer of last year, I want to say.
Okay. So that first picture, that was what Carolyn looked like when I was her workout partner. So obviously I was not doing a good job. And we was working out hard 5 days a week. So that just goes to show that all of these additional things are very important. And so here's another picture. And
Yep, you got to do the work.
was
You
very
gotta do the work.
was about within the last month.
Yeah,
So
that was this month. So yeah, that's the most recent. You got to do the work, guys. You can't, it's just no way around it. It's not, there's no pill. Yes, you can do surgery. Keto works for some people. Keto doesn't work for everybody. Doesn't work for me. But if it works for you, try it. Do it. It is so important. Your body will thank you in your latter years. You will appreciate it more. You know, I lost an aunt about 3 years ago now, and she was not a exercise person, but her what's the lady, her physical trainer or physical therapist said to me, you know, when you're younger and you keep your core strong, as you age with a stronger core, you're still able to be independent. You're still able to get up and move and not depend on the assistance of a person or a wheelchair or a walker. So it's just all about what you do now so that you can enjoy your prime time health later. Yes.
yes, great job. Thank you so much. So
You're welcome.
questions.